Money lead despite recession warnings. Some applaud President Trump's tariffs. The CEO of Marlin Steel in Baltimore, Maryland, says he's thrilled with the tariffs. His plant makes wire baskets and sheet metal for industries ranging from aerospace to food processing. Here's what one factory worker of his told us.
One of the products that we made was our competition was from Canada, and they were using Chinese steel, and it's become more profitable, and it's exciting. So very optimistic about it.
Joining us now is the CEO of Marlin Steel, Drew Greenblatt, who joins us from the floor of his company. Drew, thank you so much for joining us. So you say you're a big fan of the tariffs. Your company exports to dozens of countries, including China. Chinese leaders now say they're prepared for a full-on trade war with the United States. If China stops buying Marlin Steel, how much of a hit will your business take, or will the tariffs help you in other ways that make up for it?
Tariffs are going to be very good for the American manufacturing worker. We're very excited about this new leveling of the playing field. Right now, when we export, for example, this basket to Germany right here, it's a precision medical basket, a medical device basket. When we ship that to Germany, the German government taxes our clients $128.95 per basket. If a German competitor ships it to America, it's $1.25 per basket. It is so unfair what's happening to the American worker. They can't compete when you have that kind of unlevel playing field. We're talking about an opportunity finally to create a lot of millions of American jobs, middle-class jobs, if we could get it fair. We're not looking for something over the German factory workers or the British factory workers, the Chinese factory workers. We just want to be fair. If we're fair, the American technology, creativity, work ethic is going to just do extraordinary things. And we're going to create millions of American jobs with this new paradigm. It's wonderful news.
It would be great to have the American manufacturing base back in the United States. I wonder how you counter the arguments of people such as Vice President J.D. Vance a few years ago. He feels differently now. But a few years ago, he was saying it's less about tariffs and more about automation and education when it comes to manufacturing jobs in the United States. What do you say to that?
Well, absolutely. You have to have automation, and you have to have clever manufacturing techniques. You know, we have 7 degreed engineers. We make everything in Baltimore, everything in Indiana, everything in Michigan. We import nothing. But we're using wonderful innovations, novel ideas, coming up with crazy great new products. And then what happens is, over in China, they totally cut and paste our innovations and put it on their websites. This is what we're competing against. They're using slave labor to compete against us. They're debasing their currency. The stakes are so unfair for the American worker. Let's just try to have things fair, and we're going to whoop them. We're going to hire millions of people throughout our country. You got to remember, 50% of Americans don't own stock. Millions of Americans don't have $250 in any kind of war chest, emergency fund. Why is that? Yeah. That's because they're working at jobs where they can't get paid well. In American manufacturing, our workers are getting paid $80,000 a year, $90,000 a year, $100,000 a year. American manufacturing jobs are phenomenal. This is going to be flourishing if we can have a fair parity with trade, with these trade inequities.
So among those who own stock are your employees, because you offer your employees a 401k match. Have any of them said anything to you about their concerns about the direction of the stock market, particularly any who might be close to retirement?
We absolutely have had a couple people anxious about their stock market, about the stock market. But again, you know, our goal is that we're going to sell millions more dollars, so we have to hire many more people. If we do that, we're going to hire them at very good jobs, with very good pay, wonderful benefits with the 401k match. True, there's some companies that have been buying T-shirts from Vietnam and China, and they're going to have to pay a couple more bucks for a T-shirt, and then the American consumer is going to have to pay more for a T-shirt. That's obviously not pleasant for those American consumers. But I think there's going to be an overwhelming surge of hiring in America as things level out, as American factories ramp up and people have to hire talent, buy machines. We've invested money in buying new machines because we're so enthusiastic, so optimistic about the future. That's going to start happening throughout the nation, and people are going to be leaning into the future. This is a very exciting time for the American manufacturing worker. We're going to be able to pull people from poverty into the middle class that used to not have an avenue. They had no shot at getting into the middle class. We're going to be able to offer them a shot.
Drew Greenblatt, thank you so much. We'll have you back. Good to hear from you.